All right. We are part two of the live footage that I said I was going to do yesterday. Same as always, as you come in, give me a sound check, let me know everything is good, and we can go ahead and break into some things because I noticed I screwed up several times yesterday. So, give you guys a few minutes to get up in here. All right, Mr. Hicks, you are first as always. And appreciate the like, man. I appreciate that very much. Okay. From Raleigh, all right. Like I said, is my sound, my audio coming through okay? All right, Mr. Turner. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Look, that dude, man. I see Mr. Hicks. He always first. He always first, man. It doesn't matter, man. Kevin, whether it's Brother Leaks, whether it's your channel, whether it's over there in man, it's just everywhere, man. He's always first, man. So I gotta give it up to him, man. You know, shout out to the brother, Mr. Hicks, man. Uh, but yeah, yesterday, excuse me, yesterday and stuff, I went live for about 30 minutes, and then the footage got uploaded and stuff, and you know, from the first live feed, you know, where we couldn't make any comments and stuff up there because of the selection that I chose. I thought I deleted that video, and it wound up being the one I did for 33 minutes and stuff. And so, who wants to be second? Hey, it all depends on what's going on and stuff. Like, you know, he do the pre-trip this morning. All right, Mr. Hernandez. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm glad you in here. We're gonna go ahead and answer your question and stuff first from yesterday. So again, I truly apologize for anybody that was trying to look at that footage yesterday. Let's see, our headache racks mandatory for flatbed trailer. That's a good question. That's a good question and stuff. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes and stuff, but I got I'm gonna check with my brother and stuff. He does flatbed a lot, so I believe that is a requirement though, if I'm not mistaken. Whether it's on the trailer, whether it's on the tractor. But yeah, as far as yesterday footage and stuff like that, man, I truly apologize. I hope that wasn't nobody trying to look at it and stuff as far as like trying to get some pointers or whatever, you know, cause I know I went in and stuff, you know, on rebuilds and stuff like that, and then some, you know, as far as like shops and stuff, where to go to, so on and so forth. So I guess I got to do that footage up for another time. But again, you know, I just apologize for that. So anyway, let's go ahead and break into it from yesterday's footage, right? Mr. Hernandez asked me about the surgery, and then he asked me about Lone Mountain. And so I don't know if you want me to answer it in that order, or if you want me to go into Lone Mountain first and then the surgery. But to make a long story short and stuff, right? You know, when we start talking about the surgery or whatever, it depends on the year. It depends on the year of the truck that you're getting. And so anything past 5 years. So if you got, you know, we're over here in 2020. So if you got a 2015, then the second they start throwing that orange light of death up there, you get any kind of ECC codes, then it's time for you to go see a doctor. It's time for you to go see a doctor and stuff. You know, ain't no point in trying to take it over there to the manufacturer and see what they can do, because they done all they can and stuff. You know, anything past 5 years and you plan on keeping that equipment, then, you know, it's time to find you a surgeon to get that cancer removed and stuff, you know, cause it's only gonna give you trouble and stuff. That's it. You know, you're gonna be throwing tons of money. You're gonna be throwing tons of money and stuff into a problem that's not gonna get fixed. You know, if you followed some of you follow my videos and stuff in the past, I throw $14,000 in this truck and stuff until I realized that, you know what, hey, it's just no saving. You know, it's just no saving it and stuff. And so, you know, so I had the surgery and stuff done, and I ain't had no more problems out of it since and stuff. You know, we going almost, well, we got what, year and a half in? Yeah, so we got, you know, a little over, we're marking up on the 2 years and stuff like that. And so, you know, I ain't had no more of those issues and stuff there and stuff. So as far as Lone Mountain is concerned, you know, you just take that into accountability. If you decide to go to Lone Mountain or just anywhere in specific and get a used truck, then if you're getting something that's post emission, then that's one of the questions that you gotta that's one of the questions that's gotta be there and stuff, because even the salespeople and stuff will tell you, you know, a lot of the Freightliner dealerships now and stuff, you know, they saying, you know, they're offering extended warranties past the 5-year manufacturer warranty, you know, just to get the equipment out of there, because they know what's going to stagnate their sales is the emission system, you know. And like I said, there's no way around it and stuff, man. Those ECC codes and stuff, I mean, you know, they got all this so-called equipment or whatever, but all they do is, at the manufacturer, all they do is that they go in there and they put what's called, I'll think of the name in a minute. Well, anyway, they go inside the computer, right? They go inside your ECC, and then they just reset everything. You know, they got the equipment and stuff to do it, where it will appear after, you'll get the same code and stuff, but it appears after so many miles or so many days, whichever one happens first. And so with my issue, mine was happening every 7 days and stuff. I get the light on Sunday, I'll be back in the shop on Monday, and they clear the code and stuff out, and then Monday night and stuff, I run another 7 days or whatever. And so, you know, eventually they put a code in and stuff, man, to where it went from days to months and stuff. And so, or actually, what it was waiting for was the first part regen and stuff. You know, that's when I was going to get the check engine with the MIL light and stuff. You know, that's what I call the orange light of death. I wish this guy would stop blowing his horn, man. And there's nothing. Yeah, sorry about that. That orange light of death and stuff is called the you know, the MIL light and stuff. If you get that, even if your truck and stuff, if it's on 4 years, and stuff, and you ain't got no kind of warranty, then, you know, it's time to go see a doctor. Plain and simple and stuff, you know. Otherwise, that, you know, I try to be an exception to the rule. And that's why, I guess that was the other reason why I set my channel up, guys. I'm sitting there like, hey guys, you know, listen, I know people been having emission problems and stuff, but, you know, as you can see, I went and got mine fixed at the manufacturer, and, you know, mine's working fine. So, you know, this, that, or whatever, but that wasn't the case. So anyway, so we yeah, so anyway and stuff, you know, that's the thing there and stuff, you know. Lone Mountain, if you get a truck, if it's used and, you know, it's on that 4 or 5 year mark and stuff, then, you know, what you might want to consider is they also have a shop. They have a shop there in Fort Worth and stuff. I don't know if they do outside work and stuff like that. They should, you know, they should and stuff. But I don't think, like, the warranty and stuff won't cover. The warranty won't cover them doing the work, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, they got all the equipment and stuff there, guys. All the trucks that they get is, you know, they go to the auction. They buy a bunch of equipment and stuff, and then you know, what can be used and stuff, what they can make money off of and everything, you know, they put out there on the lot. What they can't, then, you know, they just take the loss and just sell the truck for whatever they can get it for and stuff, because, you know, they are a financial institution as well and stuff. You know, the bank is Cresco Capital. Yeah, Cresco Capital. So, you know, that's their thing there and stuff, you know. But, I hope that answered that question there and stuff, Mr. Hernandez. If I keep stopping, it's because it's a lot of stuff going on here at this truck stop over here. This Love's over here in Bordenstown and stuff. You know, people all of a sudden, you know, they just got a lot of things going on. Even with me being parked and stuff, you know, you got this guy over here blowing his horn, then you got this Us Express over here and stuff that, you know, they're doing things rather janky. Then you got this guy over here on the scale and stuff. So, you know, if I'm looking around, I'm pausing and stuff, then, you know, just forgive me for that. But yeah, that's what I got going on and stuff over here. But what I was saying yesterday and stuff about the shops and stuff like that, you know, for the guys and stuff that missed it yesterday, was, you know, you seen the bill and stuff like that. You know, the bill was $500. The bill was over $500 and stuff, because it was actually the guy actually charged me 9 hours to do a job and stuff, which was to replace an air valve and a brake chamber and stuff. And so, you know, you got to know what shops to go to get certain things and stuff done. So, you know, if you can clearly identify what the problem is, right, with your equipment, if you can clearly identify what the problem is, and that you know that the problem is going to be something rather small, like a brake chamber, or, you know, an air leak and stuff, which consists of, you know, changing the valve or whatever, because you can see on the work order they charged only $72 for the part. So, when things can be clearly identified, then you take it to shop. That's when you take it to your TAH and Petros, your Loves, all the little spots there and stuff, because it's work that you're giving them that they aren't going to screw up on and stuff, right? That you might not have the tools to fix. You know, you might not have the things and stuff to fix yourself. So, you know, those incidents and stuff there. And then, you know, if you're having bigger issues and stuff with your truck, like if you're trying to get codes and stuff read off your equipment, then, you know, that's when you stay away from the TAs and stuff like that, because even though they have the equipment, they don't necessarily have the tools and stuff to, you know, go more in depth and stuff. And when I say tools and stuff, I mean the knowledge of fixing said things, guys. I see a lot of guys go to the TA and stuff, even though they do engine diagnostics, you know, and stuff, you know, they can't really go into really fixing what the problem and stuff is and stuff. And so, you know, it's usually something dealing with your emission system. You know, if you got a newer truck and stuff, your biggest issue is going to be that emission system. You know, anything else, you know, it's pretty simple. Hold on. Let's see, good looking things should be ready to get going on my own right before peak season. But just curious on them 5-year mark. Yeah, that's the thing with your newer trucks and stuff. You know, your post emission trucks. If it's past 5 years and stuff, man, it's gonna throw that MIL light up there sooner or later. Even if you happen to see a truck sitting somewhere and they got it for sale or whatever and stuff like that, the only thing they did, they went in and just cleared the code out and stuff. And I can guarantee you that, you know, over time and stuff like that, usually around your first If you ever have to do a park regen and stuff, that's when you're gonna start getting all those ECC codes and stuff. Them MIL lights, your MIL is gonna be connected with your check engine, but the check engine light is gonna clear out and stuff, and then you still got that MIL light and stuff that's up there, And anytime you got that MIL and stuff, it's gonna always be about your emission system with any kind of post emission truck. So anytime I see that light, I already know then it's something to deal with your emissions. But if you have those issues and stuff there, then the TA ain't the place to go. So what will be something to get into good practice and stuff is kind of have your ducks in a row as far as like what the shops and stuff that you want to go to. Cause for instance, this shop that I went to, they were good and stuff as far as like doing alignments or whatever. They were real good and stuff on that. Because their price and stuff was a lot. Their price and stuff was like $100 cheaper than any place else and stuff, and they pretty much got the same. They got the same alignment tools and stuff like that, whether it be Bumblebee or I forget that other one. But the Bumblebee happens to be, that's the more popular one or whatever and stuff. So, their prices and stuff, was more. Their price was more feasible than anyone else and stuff. I believe I had to get some shim. All my stuff had to be shim, all of it. So most places that they have to do shims and stuff like that, that's when your alignment started to get more expensive. But these guys here, they had all the prices laid out there and stuff like that, so there was no surprise and stuff on that end. And as you can see, they just charged me the regular $280 and stuff, right? Which you can't beat it for an alignment, three-wheel alignment, But the other stuff, like I was saying yesterday, is that another thing that you got to get out of practice of doing and stuff is that when you got to get your truck worked on and stuff, it's not a good idea to leave your equipment at the shop. It's no good, that's not a good practice and stuff to do, because when you leave your equipment there, then what they challenge you on is the fact, you're not there to physically see when they actually start working on your equipment. So, when you get a bill like mine, right, they say that they did 9 hours worth of work for, a brake chamber and a valve, it's kind of hard to argue it if you're not there to physically see what went on in the process and stuff of getting it fixed. And so, if you know that, unless it's severe enough to where you're going to need to leave your equipment, then whatever has to be fixed, you stay there with your equipment. You stay there with your equipment and stuff, even, go in the shop or whatever. And if you see your truck in the shop and you don't see no mechanic and stuff around working on it, ask questions like, hey man, listen, I know y'all ain't, you're getting paid by the hour and stuff like that, and I ain't seen no movement around my equipment, so what's the deal, what's going on and stuff. Okay, well they'll let you know, okay, well we're not charging you for that. Okay, cool. That way when you get the bill and stuff, it's understood. Okay, well if they wanted to mess around all day and stuff like that, they ain't charging you and stuff for that messing around. Like, okay, it only took them 30 minutes, but then it may have took them 3-4 hours and stuff to get to your truck while your truck was in the shop. Just call them out on that and stuff, and then you won't be charged for that time or whatever. But like I said, it's not a very good practice to leave your equipment somewhere and stuff, because again, some of these shops are paid by the hour, some of them are paid by commission. A lot of these, I guess that's the other thing and stuff got put out there too and stuff, is that a lot of your TAs, Petros, your Loves and stuff like that, they're paid by commission. So their job is to find as much stuff with your equipment wrong as possible, and then fix it and stuff. That's why they that's why they love Landstar trucks. They love Landstar to come in there, guys. Landstar has a contract and stuff, where they have their equipment has to be checked out every 90 days. And where they make money at is on their trailers. They make money on their trailers and stuff like that. You know, Landstar doesn't have any kind of, they don't have any kind of mechanics of their own and stuff, right? Because they're 100% owned operated, which means that they're not worried about the cost or whatever. They're just going to charge it back to you and stuff. And seeing that they pay 65%, right? 65% of the line haul, they're not really hurting for money. You see what I'm saying? They don't have a staff to go over there and check behind and stuff and see what's going on. So, but their word is the law. So when you're taking your equipment to a commissioned shop, especially if you're getting a DOT inspection done and stuff, you know, which is another thing you got to be kind of wary of, is that the people or the places that you get leased on to, you know, understand when you're in a partnership, if the mechanic cost and stuff is on you, which it is most of the time, then it's up to you, you know, to take your equipment to said place or whatever and stuff. But you know, if they're saying the only place that you can go to is this place right here to get certain things and stuff done, then you're gonna be charged a hefty price. You know, you're not gonna be coming out of there squeaky clean. It doesn't even matter if you got a brand new truck. They're gonna find something wrong with it, and they're gonna say, "Listen, man, you know, either get this fixed or we can't pass you on your inspection." And so, you know, that's why I recommend people not to go to the TA. You know, the TA or the Petro or, you know, Flying J, any of those places, stuff inside those truck stops to do DOT inspections, because they work by commission, and the only way that those mechanics make money is the more work that they do on your equipment. That's why they're gonna always find something wrong, even when there's nothing wrong, and tell you, okay, well, listen, man, you need to think about getting that fixed or whatever and stuff. We can go ahead and fix that right now, because they get paid off commission, you know, which is commission is a very horrible way to get paid. It's a very horrible way to get paid and stuff, especially when your consumer base, anyone that has a contract and stuff, you know, with these guys here and stuff, they offer flat rate and stuff, you know, like the TAs and the Petros and stuff. If you paid attention, they got a contract with Amazon now, you know. Like I said, Amazon doesn't have their own mechanics yet. And so when it comes to their trailers and stuff like that, you know, you can see where you know, if you go into a TA and Petro and stuff, you know, a lot of parking spaces now, you know, it's becoming more and more limited and stuff, because of all the Amazon trailers they're taking in and stuff, and fixing doors, and they fixing a lot of stuff that don't need to be fixed, because I don't even think Amazon had those trailers 5 years yet, and they just ramaging through them and stuff, like, oh man, you know, well, they need this and they need that or whatever and stuff, right? Because, you know, they're under this type of contract, and whatever mechanic gets up there and stuff, they get paid by the hour. But you know, so, you know, you got that going on and stuff, and then the only other people that's gonna come in, of course, is own ops and stuff. You know, you can see where now they changed up the TA has changed up, you know, TA and Petro has changed up the way you used to go in there and stuff. If you brought your own parts and stuff, they would just charge you hourly, or they just had a flat rate for whatever stuff it was. Like, for instance, with me and stuff, when I get my shocks and stuff done, they had a flat rate, you know, $30 an axle. You know, you can't beat it. No one's out here charging you that low, you know, and it doesn't matter how long and stuff they take and stuff. It's $30 an axle. So you're talking about what, $90, you know, to get all your shocks and stuff changed and stuff. And so now, what the TA and Petro and stuff is done is that they go get the parts and stuff for you. So where some shocks and stuff, for instance, might cost you some shocks and stuff, you know, and there's only two that you're gonna run, which is Gabriel and Monroe, you know, you know, about $60 and stuff. That's the most you're gonna pay for a set of shocks. And so now then they're charging astronomical fees, you know, $185, $190 per shop. you know, and see when you don't know and stuff, right? And then they gotta get the parts and stuff for you. You can't bring your parts in yourself. You know, you either stuck with either them doing this stuff or you gotta go somewhere else and stuff now. So like I say, I mean, Loves, they haven't started it yet. What's the other shop? Boss Man. Yeah, Boss Man and stuff. You know, they have, you know, they're pretty much the same. When you bring your own parts and stuff, and they just charge you a flat rate depending on what you take in there and stuff. So but yeah, that's what they're coming to now and stuff because of how things and stuff been going and stuff, you know, with the economy or whatever. You know, it slowed down for a lot of people. It slowed down for a lot of people. A lot of shops and stuff are now open and taking in a lot of business that they used to take in and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people are getting these SBA loans, and so with those SBA loans and stuff like that, they're just saying, "Hey, screw it," you know. I'm gonna take my truck and get the whole thing rebuilt, and rightfully so. You know, they're giving you, they're cutting checks and stuff left and right for $100,000 a hit. You know, and here it is, you got to pay it off. You know, your equipment and stuff is paid off and stuff. Then you know you kind of in a very good position and stuff like that. And then you got 30 years to pay the loan back, even though the interest is on 90%. You know, still 30 years and stuff like that. I mean, you shouldn't be having any more issues and stuff as far as like trying to ascertain money for your business. You know, it's just simply paying the loan back as quick as you can. And so I hope a lot of people are being hip to the fact that they are, you know, qualifying people loan. You know, it's like I think the only disqualifier is child support. From what I've seen, the only disqualifier is child support and stuff. And even with child support and stuff, you know, I don't think they're doing any kind of research to see if you owe and stuff like that. They're saying, you know, you can't be, but you know, you got to be what, 50% in interest. I believe it's 50% in interest and stuff. That's what the sign's saying. So you know, they are investigating now, cause a lot of people are. They're getting the money and stuff, and you know they just arrested this guy and stuff for going to buy a Lamborghini for some reason. You know, he went and purchased a Lamborghini and stuff, but you know before then it was a guy got what, $4 million, and the only thing I seen he did right was go pay his child support. But you know the rest of that stuff, man, I mean, you know, but what do you expect, you know? To have all that money and stuff, and then they expect you to go out here and do things foolishly, you know, in one hit. You know, okay, yeah, I got this money is in my account and nobody's watching me, so let me go over here and do this, that, or whatever. You know, which I say that if you got that amount of money and stuff that's set on your business, then you know, hey, for the first I'm gonna say 2 years and stuff, I mean, you could just sit there and say, man, listen, this money that I'm making and stuff is for me. I don't have to put anything away because it's already put away, you know. But I mean, that's neither here nor there and stuff. I mean, you know, I say what's surprising to me and stuff is that a lot of your financial, I'm not hearing a lot of stuff from, you know, your financial analysts and stuff like that, you know. I thought I would be hearing more from brother E. Dean Cole and stuff, but you know, and it's not to say that he's not doing the work and stuff or whatever. It's just, you know, I don't know. He may just be busy and stuff with other things and stuff like that. So you know, I'm definitely interested to see his take on it and stuff like that, and why some people and stuff haven't gotten out here and stuff and just advise people and stuff the importance of, you know, getting those loans or whatever. Because like I said, I mean, you know, from what I'm seeing, they're giving it to everybody. All right, still running, bro. What's up? Nothing, just talking about the topic and stuff from yesterday, which is, you know, if you run into an issue what shop should you go to? And so that site from yesterday and stuff, what I was saying was NTTS breakdowns. NTTS breakdown. That's where I met my surgeon. In fact, I was right here in this truck, right over here in this area here in Boynerstown and stuff. And so I made a phone call and stuff and put my issue on out there and stuff. And so the doctor said, hey, we'll see you. Come on in here and stuff, and we'll fix that problem pronto. And so, shout out to my man Fleet One. So, because I was actually on my way to Miami. And stuff, because I spoke to another doctor, but unfortunately, it's just the problem needed attentiveness right now and stuff. It couldn't wait. So, but that site there and stuff, NTTS breakdown and stuff, it's a real simple website and stuff like that. You just call around, feel around, and see, see what kind of vibe and stuff they give you and everything based upon the phone call that you make. If you call them and the phone goes to the answer machine or whatever and stuff, then they just messing around. The other issue you might have up there on NTTS is that you might get the same mechanic up there advertising like 4 or 5 times and stuff. So just kind of be mindful of that and stuff. And, if they're advertising and stuff a lot up there and stuff, then that's usually somebody you don't want to mess with. So, and then of course, if your truck needs any kind of work and stuff as far as like internals, if something's going on where they have to go inside the motor, then what I recommend and stuff with the shops is that the more rundown it is, the more raggedy looking it is, the more trucks they got outside, the better the shop. Contrary to most people belief and stuff, man, the more dirty it is, the more dirty that mechanic is, the more dirtier the shop is, the better service you're gonna get. If you go to a shop and you got something going on with your internals and the shop is real clean and stuff like that, inside and out, and the only thing they got outside, those trucks and stuff are like brand new trucks, they ain't got no decals and stuff on them or whatever, then that's a shop you stay away from. That's those warranty shops and stuff. If your truck got some manufacturer warranty or whatever, then that's where you go to. But other than that, the more raggedy the shop, the more dirty the mechanic, the better job he's going to do on your equipment. And the price is going to be very fair too. Price is going to be extremely fair too and stuff. In fact, those type of shops there and stuff, you can learn a thing or two. You can learn a thing or two and stuff. You get some one-on-one, hands-on stuff like that, and then tell you like, hey, listen, hey, grab this tool right here and stuff, and this type of issue right here and stuff, he might already have a transmission broke down and stuff like that. It's okay, well, yeah, this what it looks like and stuff, and I need this part or that part, and you learn a little something. That's what I learned through my time of driving and stuff like that. The more raggedy the shop, the more dirty the mechanic, the better service you're gonna get. But on a side note, I do want to err on the side of caution for guys and stuff that want to get into refrigerated. If you get into refrigerated, then there's no help for you no matter where you go. Refrigerated and stuff, it's a completely different way of doing things and stuff. They're just going to beat you up on the price no matter where you go. It doesn't matter if you go to Thermo King, Carrier, if you go to a third-party shop and stuff like that, man. The rates and stuff, they're just going to beat you up. The only thing you might save on is if you can catch the guy and stuff and he's open, and you catch them during the working hours and stuff like that, they probably won't beat you up on the rate and stuff so much. But like I said, I had to learn the hard way and stuff. I went to Thermo King just to get a belt put on, one belt. Put on something I could have easily done myself. They charged me $400 just to put on a belt. $400 and stuff, man. The belt, I believe the belt was like $15. The belt was $15, and the rest of it went to service tech and all this other stuff there and everything. So I guess I got to get back to once I get my reefer, my refrigerator trailer stuff, be posting up some videos, telling people how to change their own air filters, their own oil filters, because working on a reefer unit and stuff, man, it's fairly simple. It's fairly simple and stuff, man, and all you need is just a few basic tools and stuff like that, and you can be up and running and stuff in no time. The only thing that's really sophisticated is the the compressor, but as long as your lines and stuff are good, and you checking that oil and stuff like that, then the compressor, when it plays out and stuff like that, it really, that's not too much of a big issue either and stuff. If you got the right tools, you just change, put the old one out, put the new one in, and just find somebody to recharge it and stuff like that. The refrigerator is gonna be expensive, but as far as the rest of the stuff, like maintaining or whatever, it's fairly simple. So, but again, that's for guys and stuff that's because I get a lot of questions and stuff about that too and stuff. Dealing with refrigerated, they beat you up on those prices, man. I mean, it's astronomical. It doesn't matter stuff who you take it to, but again, that's only for a refrigerator. So other than that, that's the deal there and stuff. A lot of people, I get a lot of rebuild questions too and stuff, like yesterday and stuff. The guy was telling me he was buying a 2007 Freightliner Columbia and stuff, and so it had the 60 series Detroit and stuff in it. So your engines break down into three categories and stuff. You got post-emission, pre-emission, and then you got pre-emission, pre-EGR. It breaks down into those three things there and stuff. And so, your most of your motors and stuff that's built before 2004, most of your motors built before 2004 and stuff like that, they don't have the EGR and stuff in them. And so, a lot of people don't know the difference, well, how you know if your truck got an EGR in it or not and stuff. When you crank it up, if it sound, especially like with the Detroit motors, if your truck sounds like a jet, if it sounds like a jet engine and stuff, that's an EGR. And so, that's actually one of those things and stuff that can be taken care of the way you don't have to worry about it anymore, but it's something I would recommend, because again, if you mess with EGRs and stuff like that, then your coolers, you got those EGR coolers and stuff, and so if they're not maintained properly, they begin to leak. And then now you're thinking that the stuff that you got some major problems stuff going on with your truck, like, oh man, my head gasket and stuff is gone, and it's just that EGR cooler that took a dump on you, So if you're talking about doing a rebuild and stuff like that, a lot of the mechanics like to see the equipment and stuff that's post-emission, pre-EGR. That's when you're gonna get most of your fair prices and stuff like that. The rebuild kits and stuff, they cost little to nothing. The rebuild kits, the heads and stuff, they cost little to nothing and stuff like that. And then just finding somebody to put it on and stuff. That if you got the parts, then the labor the labor shouldn't knock you too much in the head, right? For your pre-emission, pre-EGR, and then your second step is the pre-emission, post-EGR, and so those things and stuff they cost a little bit more and stuff because again they got to deal with EGR, but again that's something that they can take care of for you and stuff that will actually put you down to where you are in the first category and stuff like that. So a lot of your mechanics and stuff will recommend that on your rebuild, and so it's a good question to ask them and stuff like that. Well, hey, listen, I don't want to deal with this and stuff. Okay, yeah, no problem. We'll make sure you don't have to deal with it and stuff like that. So it's a real simple fix to it and stuff like that. And otherwise, that same as always, they'll go in and take the old parts, put the new ones in and stuff like that, and then you're up and going. And so then you got post emission. And so with your post emission engines, the only thing that makes them a headache is the emission system itself. It's all tied, it's all interfaced into your ECM and stuff. And so you can actually keep going and stuff like that. If the ECM and stuff is just giving not the ECM, if your emissions is giving you a problem and stuff. And so they anticipated people doing that, so they all tied it into the ECM and said, well, you know what, hey, if the emissions is giving you a problem, then the ECC, your ECM and stuff is going to give you enough time and stuff to get where you need to get to and stuff. But if you ignore the problem, then you'll get 3 codes and stuff like that. You derate 25%. Yeah, you'll derate by 25%, then you'll derate by 50%, and then you'll get the 00 and stuff, which is the engine stop, where your truck is now at 5 miles an hour and stuff. And so, for a lot of your trucks that are 07, between 07 and 2015, so your trucks from 07 to 2015, it's ways around that too and stuff, which the first thing is to take the speed sensor out of the you remove the speed sensor from the transmission, then they'll take care of your D-rate and stuff, but you won't have your gauge clusters and stuff won't work, and you won't be able to use your cruise control and stuff like that, but you're still able to drive and lump it till you get it somewhere and stuff to get said issue and stuff taken care of. But again, I know very few people and stuff that have trucks and stuff that old, post emission, and it's still running a very and they're saying that their emission system is very healthy. Very few people and stuff I know. So again, it's too much money into something that isn't going to make you any money and stuff in return and stuff. And so just know what you got to do and stuff like that. So the motors really aren't the problems. Your engines and stuff on your newer trucks, they aren't the problem and stuff. It's the emissions. It's your emission system. That's why CAT decided that they were just going to go ahead and stuff and bow out and stuff because of the reputation and stuff that went with it, like the MaxxForce motor and stuff. A lot of people say, well, oh man, the MaxxForce motor and stuff is just, it's a horrible motor. And there's nothing wrong with the MaxxForce. Again, it's just when you tie the motor and the emission into one system, right, that ECM, when you start to get derates and stuff like that because you're having problems with your emission system, then that's where it all comes from. But being the fact that your truck derates, you thinking it's an engine problem, and it's not. So how Detroit and Cummins survived along with PACCAR and stuff, because PACCAR is Cummins. The reason why they survived and stuff is because they have a reputation, you know, even though they know their reputation has been tarnished based upon the emissions, they got enough contracts. They got enough contracts and stuff with people to say, well, look, you know, when we building these trucks and stuff like that, you know, we prefer that you go with this motor and stuff here, because if a lot of people remember is that during 2000 was the last year. 2000 was the last year that you can get a Cummins motor for a Freightliner, unless you got a glider kit and stuff. You know, same thing. You know, the Cat motors too and stuff. You know, if you found the truck and it was over 2000 and it was a Freightliner, then chances are it was a glider. You know, so the only choice that you had at the time and stuff was Detroit. You know, same thing with the transmission. They didn't do any more work with any more other people and stuff with transmissions. Like you had okay, you got, you know, the more popular transmission, which is Eaton Fuller, but then you got Rockwell, and you got Splicer. And so when 2000 came in, they said, we're not doing any other business with, you know, it's going to be strictly Detroit, and the transmission and stuff is going to be Eaton Fuller. You know, because Freightliner bought into Daimler Chrysler, which means they own Detroit and Allister. They own Allister, and so, you know, Eaton Fuller owns Allister and stuff. And so, you know, they all tied into that together and stuff. And so, International, they said that any truck that you get from International past 2000 is going to be Cummins. You know, Fitzgerald. Well, it's not just Fitzgerald. Any place that you you get a truck and stuff. You know, you can get a glider kit and stuff. It's just if you get the glider kit and stuff like that, then, you know, they just don't put the motors and stuff in for you anymore. They used to call, you know, if you bought a Freightliner, for instance, and you bought it from, if you bought a Freightliner, it used to be, if you wanted a Cat motor and stuff, then they would ship everything to the manufacturer, and then they would set it all up for you right there and stuff for spec. And they stopped that. That's why Fitzgerald that's why they became as popular as they did and stuff, you know, because contrary to most people's belief, the popular truck that came out of Fitzgerald was the Freightliner. It's not the Coronado. Yeah, the Coronado. The Freightliner Coronado and stuff, man. That was their most popular truck and stuff, you know, at the time. You know, now it's the Peterbilt and stuff. They done took back over now and stuff, but that's why they started becoming more popular, because, you know, the only people that were using Cat motors and stuff at the time was Warner. You know, so Warner has a contract with Cat, and so, you know, that's why a lot of their trucks and stuff, you know, came with the Cat motors and stuff like that, and that's why their trucks sold so good too and stuff. You know, no matter whether it was the Freightliner Classic, the 379s, the W900s, the Freightliners, every truck that they had and stuff, when it was time to go to market and stuff before 2012. Before 2012, they had a contract with Cat. So every truck that you got with them, 2007, every truck from Warner stuff had the C15 twin turbo and stuff, but they had the 9-speed. You know, if you got a 9-speed transmission and stuff, then it's actually a 13-speed. What it is that they just cut off the air. They just cut off the air and stuff to where you can't split the gears and stuff like that. So, you know, everything and stuff is long. They, you know, I ain't gonna call it long gears and stuff, but the RPMs are set to a point to where it'll still get good fuel mileage and stuff based upon that nine setup and stuff. And so when they would sell the truck and stuff, they would just add the splitter in and stuff, and now you got a 13 transmission and stuff, and it hasn't been used very much and stuff like, the gears haven't been used and stuff like that. So, you know, that's why they truck sold so good. Especially their 379s and stuff like that. When it was time to sell them, I mean, just people just jump right on them. But yeah. So when they would buy the truck, they would tell them, yeah, I want the cat motor. And then they just called cat. Cat would send the motor. Well, they would just pick the trailer. They would, send the trailer over there, load up a whole bunch of cat motors, send over to the manufacturer, unload it, and then they put in the trucks and stuff, and then they shipped it out that way and stuff. So, but everybody else and stuff, they were like, man, listen, okay, we'll buy the truck from you. What motors do you recommend? Okay, yeah, well, the Freightliners and stuff. You got a choice of Detroit or Mercedes, and so a lot of people went with the Detroits and stuff like that. So, and then of course International, they went. The only thing you can get with them was the ISX and stuff, but a lot of people wasn't taking those. The 9400 Pro Star, the 9400 Pro Sleeper, the 9400, the 9200s, a lot of people wasn't getting those trucks and stuff and then making glider kits out of them and stuff there. But their 9900s, a lot of their 9900s and stuff like that, that's what people would say, yeah, throw a cat in it and stuff like that. And so they worked with them and stuff for a little while, and then after 07 they just cut everything out and stuff and said, well, if you want a glider, then you can get the truck and then we'll ship it somewhere, but you got to do the building yourself. You got to do the building yourself, and you got to take it to a specialist and stuff like that. So then up pops Fitzgerald and Pittsburgh Power. Yeah, Fitzgerald, Pittsburgh Power. It's another popular company and stuff that do glider kits and stuff, but that's how they got popular there, because the manufacturers just got out of it and said, we're just not doing it anymore and stuff, guys. We need to sell these base model trucks here and stuff like that. That's our cash cows there. So that's why they cut that out. And so with Kenworth, Kenworth and Peterbilt and stuff, that's when they rolled out with the pack car motor. They, hey, we got this pack car and stuff right here. It's supposed to be better than this, that, or whatever. And all the pack car is just the Cummins motor and stuff. Cummins make it. Cummins made it's just Cummins parts and stuff. They just painted it. They painted it gray instead of red. But same motor, same setup, same specifications. It's nothing different. It's just they just changed the name on it and stuff like that, because Peterbilt Kenworth wanted their own brand, so to speak, and stuff, but they didn't want to pay for the engineering and the R&D and all that other stuff there. So that's why that came into fruition. And then, of course, MaxxForce was it was a standalone company that won the contract. MaxxForce won the contract with International. They won the contract with International and stuff. The problem is that with all your new engines, you were responsible for your own emission system. So Detroit has their own emissions, Cummins had their own emissions, MaxxForce has their own emissions, and so it was all a system that was based, it was all a system based upon failure. It's just when you're a brand new company going up against the competitors and stuff that's been in business and stuff, when the emissions and stuff, when the emissions began to fail, Detroit and Cummins they've been in business so many years and stuff that they couldn't be affected by the failed emission system and stuff, so to speak. But MaxxForce, on the other hand, you're a brand new company and stuff, you got a standalone, you're a standalone company and stuff, you're not tied into anywhere and stuff, and then your stuff is failing, and people supposed to be relying on you and stuff like that, so they just, they had a contract with International, and everybody was buying the trucks through International and stuff like that. And they were saying, look, man, we keep having these problems and stuff, so we're just gonna deal with some people that we can trust, which was, your Cummins and your Detroit and stuff. And so that's why MaxxForce they were just cast out. And so, when you're a brand new company just coming out the gate and stuff, and so people will ask, oh man, what's wrong with the MaxxForce motor and stuff? And then, being trucking the way that it is and stuff like that, everybody will just say everything. Oh man, MaxxForce and stuff, man, they got poor horsepower and they got poor, they got poor this and poor that. And man, it's just, the motor's just built poorly and stuff like that. And so, they just fell flat on their face and stuff, guys. One company that didn't get hit hard, surprisingly, was Volvo and Mack. Pinnacle, through this whole emissions war and stuff like that, they didn't get hit hard at all, which at the time a lot of people wouldn't, that's the reason why they said, Volvo at first, why their sales did so poorly and stuff with the VLN, is because at first the only way that you can get the Volvo truck was you had to get a Volvo motor. And so their reputation, however, superseded them and stuff. If you take your truck to Pinnacle, when you came out there, your truck was right. You didn't see the shop no more for a very long time and stuff. And so that's what kept them above water and stuff. But it just wasn't a very popular truck because at the time. And then when they opened up and said, well, we'll do something with Cummins. We'll do something with Cummins and stuff, that's when the VLN just became popular there and stuff. And so, ever since then, Volvo's just been, still to this day and stuff, man, they still lead. They still lead in base model trucks and stuff. So, because their service is impeccable. Their service is impeccable. Their equipment and stuff is priced to sell and stuff like that. And they give you a lot of, even with the truck being a base model truck, they're giving you a lot of things where it would probably cost you thousands of dollars and stuff, if you get like a Freightliner or, International or something like that, so. But, I guess that's it and stuff, man. See, I got an hour in and stuff. I know I've been rambling on about the history of trucking, but anybody got any questions or whatever and stuff, I'm gonna make sure this one stays up and stuff like that. But I guess the titles kind of throw people off and stuff, because of the We Live and stuff like that. So one more thing I wanted to throw out here and stuff before I get off is that I've been working with, I got a phone call from a guy who's been looking at, I got a phone call and stuff from a guy who works with, they looked at my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and they're saying, I got potential and stuff to make it grow. So they're working on with me on my channel and stuff to help it grow and stuff like that. And so I said at first that I didn't want my videos and stuff. I didn't want to monetize my stuff because of everything that came with it. But after sitting down, they were saying, I don't use a lot of derogatory language and stuff like that. I can work on being more articulate with my speech and stuff. And so, they're going to help me with that too. 'Cause I do say and stuff a lot, But based on the platform, they were saying that, hey, I need to monetize my channel. And so with the monetization, are there going to be any changes? And of course there is, but I'm just working with that specialist who's getting me up to code and stuff on on the up and up. And so they're also recommending that I make some changes. If I'm taking this thing to the next level, it's going to be like right now and stuff, you know, where if people have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, you know, they just text me or they email me and I get back with them and stuff when I get free. And so with what they're doing to help with my channel and the way that they say it's going to be going, then there are going to be some things that I'm going to have to do and stuff, you know, as far as like people getting a hold of me and stuff like that. And so so I say we're going to take it as it comes and stuff, but based on what they're telling me is it was something I didn't want to do, but I want my channel to grow. You know, I really want my channel and stuff to grow and stuff. And so with that, there are some things and stuff that I'm going to have to do. So hopefully I can still kind of stay the way that I am and stuff. But you know, if what they say is correct and you know they do this on a regular, then there may be some ways on how I, you know, as far as like getting a hold of me and stuff like that. I still say that I'm not setting up any kind of mentoring program or nothing like that. I'm not going to be charging people or saying, you know, setting up Patreons and all that other stuff there. But, you know, there definitely going to be some changes to how I do things and stuff. And so I hope that, you know, I'm being optimistic about it and stuff because, you know, I like what I do. And I don't want to discourage people and stuff, you know. I don't want to discourage people and stuff like that because if it grows that the way it does, I don't want to get all Hollywood and say, you know, now I'm just hard to get a hold of, or people think that I'm better than other people or whatever and stuff like that. It's just, you know, this is just my passion. I want to get the word out there. But it's often been told to me many times and stuff is that, you know, the game is to be sold and not to be told. So, you know, I have ran into some issues where I have put some time, energy into giving up information and stuff, and then just to have, you know, just to have to repeat myself over again after, you know, having a one-on-one and stuff with somebody. I mean, I understand it's good to recap about certain things, but I shouldn't have to be telling you the same thing over and over again to a point to where, you know, it just become monotonous and you're not getting anything from it and stuff. You know, my report should be, if I talk to you, if I give you information and stuff, then you should be doing better. You should be in a better position than what you were the last time and stuff that we chopped it up. You know, you should be moving forward with that plan and stuff that you told me that you're supposed to be doing. But you know, if here it is, you know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you know, then you got a whole year and you really ain't done anything and stuff, but just talk to me about something that you plan on doing. Now you just, you know, now you just wasting time and stuff. You wasting my time, you wasting your time. So I'm starting to run into those issues and stuff there. So which is why I say some changes and stuff have to be made. So hopefully everything and stuff will be on the up and up. There's some things, stuff I got to do with my platform to make it better. And so, you know, I'm working on getting that equipment and stuff now, adding the software and stuff. And so, you know, I just, you know, cause right now the only thing I do is lives and stuff like that, but I want to keep on posting videos and stuff. And so I also want to do a vlog too, you know, about how I run, you know, how I run and stuff, my day-to-days and stuff like that. If it can help you, and stuff, like, well, you know, okay, I go through those same situations and stuff like that, and if you see something wrong and stuff, you know, you can, or if it's something I did, you know, to keep you from making the same mistake and stuff that I made, or if it's something that you see that you like, that you can just say, you know, okay, I can do this and I can do a little bit better and stuff like that, and then you're just making the money you want to be making. So, you know, that's the thing there and stuff. Is just right now, it's kind of a blessing that he reached out to me because I feel like my channel's at a standstill, you know, and I just don't want to be putting out the same stuff, the same bland stuff, because I feel, I can reach people and stuff through information. And, I don't want to entertain, but at the same time, I do want to grasp your attention, because what I feel is something that can be helpful and beneficial, especially guys that want to move from that transition of being company driver to lease driver to own operator, that sort of thing there and stuff. And then hopefully, when I make that transition to get my own authority and stuff, everybody can be right there too, so yeah. So anyway, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on off here, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here and stuff. I hope that the information was helpful. My contact information is up on my page and stuff. Feel free to hit me up. I say text me first. Let me know who you are. Let me know what the subject matter is. I'll let you know when I get free, and I call you. We can go ahead into some constructive dialogue. And so, with that being said, it's your man here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. As always, continue your own research, fact-finding studies. Honest on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.